gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to ask you to rise for the singing of our national anthem. Well, fans, it is my pleasure to present to you in the ring to lead us this evening. We have the outstanding recording artist. Welcome to the microphone, the popular Lou Rawls.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and those bright stars through the home of the talking about the brave.
Thank you very much to Lou Rawls. Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and sports fans joining us across the nation on Prime Network, we welcome you as Forum Boxing Incorporated, along with Budweiser, the king of beers, presents the main event of the evening, a flyweight special attraction scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. This matter is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Charles Westland, commissioner at ringside Jerry Nathanson, the assistant executive officer Steve English, the assistant chief inspector is Dale Ashley. Presenting the judges at ringside, Dick Young, Vince Delgado, and Lou Moret, and the referee in charge of this, our main event, is Pat Russell. Right, fans, here we go. Our main event, 10 rounds of boxing, flyweights in the ring. Presenting to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing blue trunks with white trim. He is fighting out of Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico, in his weight tonight, 113.5 pounds. His veteran record includes 32 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws with 16 wins by way of knockout. Please welcome to the ring, Jose Felix Josecito Montiel. And his opponent across the ring. On my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round main event, he is wearing multi-color trunks. He is fighting out of Monterey Park, California, by way of Michoacan, Mexico. His weight is also at 113.5 pounds. His fine record, 18 wins, no losses, 16 big wins by way of knockout. He's ranked the number 14 contender by the NABF. Welcome the undefeated Cecilio El Torito Espino. Here's your referee in charge, Pat Russell, now to give instructions.
Had his instructions, both of them had him in the dressing room. Do they have any questions for me? Preguntas para mí. No questions for me? Okay, this is where that low blow is. Let's touch gloves.
All right, set, ready to go. The tail of the tape. Montiel, much taller, 4 inches. They both made it under the limit. They agreed to 114 as the weight by contract. 24 years old, Montiel older, and Montiel with a decided reach advantage. Once again, 8 inches, just like our last fight. So, Cecilio Espino, as we go to round 1, scheduled for 10, Jose Felix Montiel. Montiel wearing blue, and Espino in red, a colorful red. What do you think of those trunks, Ruben? Both fighters.
Yes, those are
snazzy.
Very nice trunks.
Once again, Espino is undefeated, 16 knockouts. Very promising young fighter, unbeaten, a switch hitter, tough. His counterpart, Montiel in blue, regarded as a very good prospect once upon a time. A lot of fights for a kid who was only 24. Both fighters very, very cautious here in round one.
I've seen Espino train quite a bit. Chris, he trains out of the Resurrection Gym in East LA, and he's been working very hard. He works with some good fighters out there, Jaime Castillo and all the good little fighters out of Resurrection. He's in great shape. He stays in great shape. And they've done a remarkable job with this kid.
Montiel is dangerous as Espino gets in a couple of lefts. Oh, good shot there by Montiel. He has very, very quick hands. He's really not your typical Mexican fighter, Ruben. He's not a brawler, he's more of a boxer puncher.
Well, in Mexico, they teach you how to use just throw your arms. And just like you said, he's not the typical fighter from Mexico. He's quick.
Not a brawler, won't run, but not real aggressive. He'll stay on the outside, try to pepper away, stay away from Espino. Espino in red, Montiel in blue. Certainly was.
Knocked some pedal off those roses, didn't it?
Don't get me started, Rick. Montiel getting the jab in. There was a good combination. Montiel managed by his father, Rudy. Former Mexican flyweight.
You know, I don't know if that's a good idea. You know, father-son relationship. You start thinking with your heart instead of your head. So I never did think too much of that combination.
A very cautious round one. Espino working to the body just a bit. And we'll be coming back to the Great Western Forum. More Budweiser Championship Boxing as round one comes to a close. Castillo, Jose Montiel in blue, Cecilio El Torito Espino, the little bull, in red. Espino is undefeated, 18-0. Round two. This is scheduled for 10.
Espino looks a little off to me. His timing seems a bit off. I know a couple of fights of his got canceled, Chris, so that might have got him a little stale.
I know a number of people I talked to, his manager says, hey, he's going to be a Chiquita Gonzalez in the future or a Michael Carvajal. It's still a little too early for that, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He's got a lot of fights. He's got a lot of knockouts. But he still has to get in there and mix it up with the big ones.
Excellent punching power. Espino working to the body. And a good shot there by Espino. A left solidly right on the nose of Montiel. And Montiel could be a little in trouble. Oh, solid shot. Montiel got Espino. And so Espino, perhaps a little careless moving in. And some good counter punching by the suddenly okay Jose Montiel.
And here comes Espino back.
Round two. Great action.
Oh.
Right by Espino, and down goes Montiel.
That was a tremendous short uppercut. What a fight, huh, Chris?
So far, so good. Montiel is up. The fight continues. So both fighters landing solid shots, and Montiel hasn't taken a step backwards yet. Espino landing now solidly. His punches are right on the button.
Oh, here we go.
And Montiel is in trouble.
But he keeps coming back.
He certainly does. He's working the uppercut when he gets near the ropes, and it's been very, very effective.
There's only one problem with that uppercut that Montiel throws. He keeps his chin right out in the open, and that could be very dangerous.
Under 30 seconds remaining in round two. Action-packed. Left getting in. The jab effective. And Espino responds. Oh, down he goes again.
That's that uppercut again, Chris. Is he going to get up?
Yeah, he's okay. A little wobbly. Let's see. Here we go. He's got the last. last about another 20 seconds. And that's the end of round 2. So both fighters appearing to want to mix it up, and Montiel got the worst of it in round 2.
Oh, man, what a tremendous round. And if you're keeping the score, 2 knockdowns could make a 10-7 round. So I gave this a 10-7 round.
First knockdown coming up.
Oh, there's that little short left uppercut that set him down, but the right hand right over the top set up that knockdown.
And a little later in the round, as Ruben Castillo described, a beautiful execution there of the uppercut.
Yes, here comes Dr. Bernard Schwartz.
And he is going to make his way over to the corner of Jose Montiel and check him out. Bernard Schwartz, the doctor. And if you're reading lips, Montiel says, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Let me see. Yeah. Okay.
He looks okay, and we will continue. A couple of knockdowns. You gave it 10-7, huh?
Yes, a 10-7 round. But I gave Montiel the first round, so it was a 10-9 round. Now it's a 10-7 round in favor of Espino.
Okay, so getting set for round 3, the little bull, and he has looked all of it. Unfortunately and interesting, in one of his 2 bouts to go the distance, one of his opponents died. Hector Ruiz died of head injuries. That was back in '89. He won a 6-round decision. Went home that night. Everything seemed to be okay, and he read in the paper the next day that his opponent had died of head injuries. This is round 3. Espino in red. Montiel, who's been down twice, in blue. But it's not to say that Montiel did not land some shots of his own, but Espino is all over him here in round 3, and this will not go far. Pat Russell taking a good look. If that onslaught continues, he will have no choice.
I tell you what, you still can't count Montiel out. He's got those 16 knockouts and 32 wins, and he did hurt Espino early in the 2nd round.
He is a solid puncher himself. And now trying to stay away. Espino stalking him. And the uppercut once again. One of the favorite weapons of Cecilio Espino. Round 3. It says we're going 10, but somehow I don't have that feeling.
I don't think either one of these 2 fighters want to go 10 rounds. They're throwing bombs for days.
Montiel has to keep that jab out there to keep Espino off him. And Espino starting to bore in. I asked Espino what did he think was his best punch. He says my left hook.
Yes, he's got a tremendous left hook to the chin, but that uppercut was unreal.
Good solid right hand by Montiel got in. And there's the left hook. And Montiel is in trouble. On the ropes where he does not want to be.
I'll tell you what, Chris, those punches looked a lot more dangerous than what they really were. Montiel is rolling with those punches. He turns his head right with the right hand or the left hook, so they look a lot more effective than what they really are.
Continually trying to flick the jab. Oh, left hand bomb, and it's over.
But he didn't roll that punch.
No, he certainly didn't. That's it. Montiel jumps up like he wants to continue, and a joyous Cecilio Espino, the bull, little bull, does it again. A couple of knockdowns in round 2, and Cecilio Espino able to mix it up inside. Wide open, there it is. A solid left. The right did get in. 3 in a row for Espino. Another look right there, the right, but now watch this left. Solidly right on the nose, and that was it. Montiel tried to flip up very quickly, but the referee, Pat Russell, said it is over. So Cecilio Espino, the pride of Michoacan, Mexico. And we'll be back
2 minutes, 11 seconds in round number 3. The referee in charge, Pat Russell, stops the contest. The winner by way of knockout, he is still undefeated, Cecilio El Torito Espino.
Still undefeated, Cecilio Espino, perhaps positioning himself for a NABF fight against Yesias Zamudio. He says he's going to take one more 10-rounder, perhaps, and maybe we'll get a little glimpse of his future. Ruben Castillo standing by with El Torito. Ruben?
Okay, thank you very much, Chris. That was a great fight, Cecilio. Did you think it was going to go this quick? I was not thinking on that. I knew the knockout was going to come over, but I didn't know how, if a knockout or I don't know which round. I knew I was going to win because I saw him fight about 2 years ago when he was a champion. He fought against a real tough fighter and he beat him. So I knew I was going to win. I have the confidence on my mind, but I didn't know if it was going to come on a knockout or decision. So the knockout came by itself, and thanks, Scott.
That's right, that you always got to accept that and expect the knockout. I want to go take a look at the knockout. You did a remarkable job putting your combinations together. Tell us what your thoughts are here.
Oh, I saw him. He was coming in he was open and with his hands down. And so I was just looking that left hook when I saw him when he gets his right hand down. And there I get it. I was just waiting for that hand.
Were you a little happy here?
Oh, man, I know, because he's an ex-champ. And I knew that was a big opportunity for me to get on the top, fight the 10th top, or I don't know. So I was in a great shape and a great condition. I was sparring a lot, working a lot, and I think this is like my payment.
There you go. That's right. When you work hard, this is definitely your payment. In the second round early, or in the first round, if I recall correctly, he hurt you. What was it? Was it a right hand, or do you recall?
Oh, yes, I fell. I don't know if it was a hook or right hand, but he hurt me because he's a little bit older than me, but he still has that strong, and he's still a great fighter.
Yes, that's right. What's next for Cecilio?
Well, for now, I think we have a fight scheduled for against Raul Rios, is another ex-champ from Mexico, and then we're going to see what happens there, and then we'll maybe go for Zamudio.
There you go, and I hope it's right here at the Great Western Forum. Thank you, Cecilio. Good luck to you. Congratulations to all your camp. Let's go back to ringside to Chris Marlowe.
Cecilio Espino, matinee idol, soon to be a star. Good-looking kid who will have many celebrations in the future. Still under network. Should be a good one. Introduction of the fighters for our next fight, so we must go up to the ring and Jimmy Lennon.
All right, fans, here we go. Our next fight coming away is once again a feature bout scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. We present lightweights in the ring, and the referee in charge of this bout is Lou Moret. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with silver trim. And he is fighting out of and representing the 10-8 Boxing Club in Santa Ana, California. His weight tonight, 134 1/2 pounds. His fine record, 13 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, with 8 wins by way of knockout. Please welcome Jose Panterita Castro. And his opponent across the ring. On my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round feature lightweight bout. He is wearing white trunks with blue trim. He's originally from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Now fighting out of Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico. His weight is 133 pounds. His record, 33 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw, and he has 24 wins by way of knockout. Introducing Tomas Valdez. Here's your referee, Lou Moret, now to give instructions.
Again, your instruction in dressing room, reglas. ¿Tienen preguntas?
Yeah.
Any questions? Shake hands, wait the bell. Buena suerte.
Tail of the tape for both fighters. Just about the same size. Valdez a little lighter, age about the same. Not much to choose for. Two very evenly matched, at least statistically. Height, weight, age, reach. And here we go. Jose Castro in black, Tommy Valdez in white. These are lightweights, also scheduled for 10 rounds.
Well, the crowd is still buzzing about that last knockout, huh?
If we get the action that we had in that one, this should be a good one also. Now, Jose Castro, he has a moniker for being a very, very slow starter. That's a lot of tough guys, but he always gets off the mark very slowly. So interesting to see how he comes out here, and can he put some punches in here in the first round. Why do some fighters start slowly?
Well, Chris, it's more a feeling out round. You know, first 2 rounds you start out slow, but a lot of fighters don't get started until they get hit. So that could be just one of those types. Bobby Chacon was one. Ray Mancini was another. He didn't get started until Carmen hits him on the chin a couple of times, and that's when he gets going.
Need the cold slap in the face to wake you up, huh?
And he says, "Thanks, I needed it." Did I hear that somewhere?
Valdez in white. He's a very competent boxer, good, solid boxer. Good hand speed and decent overall speed. He can move around, but he doesn't have the overwhelming punch. Castro, on the other hand, 8 KOs out of 16 fights, so he has a little more punching power.
Well, Chris, in the fight game, it's not so much the devastation, the punch that knocks you out is when you don't see. So if they're crisp and short and on the button, that's the one's going to knock you out.
These are lightweights. Opening round. Left jab got in. And Castro certainly looks a lot more active than we were led to believe about the slow starting. It doesn't look like he's getting a slow start. Looks okay.
What you do want to see in a fighter, Chris, that when they come in, you see them with sweating, perspiration. Yep. Yes, if they're sweaty, then they've been warmed up in the dressing room, as we did with Espino when he came out.
Well, Valdez looks like he's shining. He doesn't look like he's sweating.
That could be the Vaseline they put on.
Castro trying to work down below, go to the body just a bit. And a solid right by Valdez. So round one, going to come back with round two on the Prime Network. More boxing coming up. Stay with us. We're back, round two. Chris Marlowe and Ruben Castillo, lightweights on the card tonight. Scheduled for 10. Tommy Valdez in white, Jose Castro in black. Castro coming off a unanimous 10-round decision over Felix Gonzalez May 20th. That was here at the Great Western Forum. And Tommy Valdez's last outing, he was stopped by undefeated Rafael Ruelas out of the Fendus Boxing Club, and certainly that's no disgrace. The Ruelas brothers doing very, very well right now. Two stars on the rise.
Absolutely. I'm looking at two champions right there.
Yeah, and so Valdez, certainly he has been in with some of the best. Castro, a couple of unanswered punches right there. The left to the nose of Valdez. Castro still regarded as a very good prospect. He had a third-round knockout 4 outings ago against Paul Padilla. He's not really a one-punch KO guy. Neither of these guys are, but like to put those combinations together. Round two action from the Great Western Forum. Get the feeling this one could go a while.
Well, this is the second round, so after the third and the fourth, in this one, you can start to tell if it's going to go 10 or not.
If you just joined us, Dave Dixon and Cecilio Espino have already won, both registering knockouts. Been a night of knockouts so far.
Lou Rawls did a knockout job on that national anthem.
He certainly did.
Still can sing. Very good voice.
Solid left got in by Valdez. Good counter punching off the ropes by Jose Castro. Uppercut. Nicely done. So round 2, seconds ticking away. And we will go into the corner of Jose Castro. Had a very interesting haircut. Had a chance to talk to him at the weigh-in this morning. He's got the new maybe specifically for Prime Network. It's a flat top, he describes it, but he's got the little blonde lock there, kind of the beachy feel to it, Ruben. He calls it Castro cut. The Castro cut. Will it become popular? Let's listen.
What they're saying is you got to throw your punches. You got to throw punches a lot. You're letting this guy's confidence grow. You're not throwing combinations. They said that you got to push him back. He's pushing you back.
So Jose Castro, born December 13, 1967 in Monterrey, Mexico. He now lives in Santa Ana, California, where he's managed by Herb Stone. As we set sail into round 3, Valdez in white, Castro in black. Valdez, if he does have a weakness, Ruben, he's been knocked out 5 times, so he does have a suspect chin. And he also a tendency to start slowly, so these two are a very evenly matched pair.
If I were Castro, I'd be working inside here, Chris, trying to work to that body, go to the body, go to the head. And as you said, Valdez gets a little lazy, throws that jab and brings it down to his waist. Throw that counter punch right over the top of that left hand.
How much difference in preparation? You're fighting someone like Valdez, who's a little shorter. You're coming off a fight against Rafael Ruelas, who's very, very tall. What kind of adjustments do you have to make?
Well, it's basically it's perfect. I would rather fight a much taller fighter. The reason being because it's a shorter fighter, you've got to worry about the headbutts and getting cut up. You like to fight a guy a little taller and you work inside and get your combinations off. And that's the adjustment isn't that tough.
Well, the crowd whooping it up a little, and it's not a good whoop. The crowd does not like it. Lack of aggressiveness, it just appears both fighters trying to counterpunch, stay on the outside.
It's like a chess game right now. You're trying to figure out where they want to place their shots.
This is round 3, semi-action. These lightweights trying to perhaps set each other up. They seem too far away from each other. Both fighters trying to establish a jab and they're missing.
I was trying to figure them out right now, Chris. I think what they're doing is they have too much respect for each other. And I think one's got to take the be the aggressor and go versus the confidence of the other fighter. and neither one of them are doing it thus far.
Okay, we're going to take time out as Valdez and Castro continue after this. Back, round 4 action. Chris Marlowe along with Ruben Castillo. For identification, Jose Castro wearing the black trunks. Tommy Valdez in white, trimmed with blue. You know, talking about Valdez being in with Rafael Ruelas, he also has some nice wins. He's got a KO over Freddie Hernandez. Then he had a draw with Diego Avila and almost beat Greg Richardson on May 20th and got the bantamweight title, the WBC bantamweight title. So, we're talking about experience of being in with better fighters, a little better pedigree. Certainly Valdez would have the advantage. And I guess that's what you like to see, the prospect against the experienced veteran guy who knows how to box.
Of course. He's fought some great fighters. Maybe that's why Castro's starting off so slow. He knows that this guy's a veteran in the ring. He's been in with the best, so he'll be a little cautious. Could one be afraid and the other one be glad of it, or they're just a little too much respect for each other?
Well, they both have the reputations of being the slow starters, but maybe they'll be fast finishers here. So, this 10-rounder continues.
That'd be something to wish for. People are getting a little restless.
Not much action so far. And that's the real truth. Right got in by Valdez. Halfway through round 4.
No pun intended, or not referring to Mr. Williams by any chance.
And the crowd is all over these two fighters at the moment. It's not really booing, though, is it?
Well, not so much booing.
Sounds like screeching.
They just want to get these guys going.
Very tentative action here in round 4. There's a good shot. As Castro picks up the pace a little. And that uppercut appeared to get in. As both fighters exchanging a little more briskly now.
Yeah, Valdez has blood coming from his nose. That was from that right uppercut of Castro.
Under 30, round 4. Jose Castro only had 5 amateur bouts. He was 5-0. But as Ruben Castillo told you, amateur bouts, you don't see many of those any longer. You want to get your guys in the pros and start making some money.
That's right, and it's a shame because these kids need that experience. I had 50 amateur fights before I got my first pro, so that'll help.
Okay, boxing ringside girls. I believe that is Kristen. Yep, organizing her own law firm.
Isn't that something?
The law firm, or?
Yeah. She could defend me anytime she wants. The law firm, of course.
Round 5. Here we go. And after 4, Ruben, how do you see it?
Oh, 38-24. I'm sorry, 38-38.
Okay, so we have an evenly matched pair, and the action definitely picking up now. Both fighters. Oh, Valdez moving in there. Landed a couple. Valdez appears trying to land that uppercut when he gets in close. The right uppercut.
Yes, I guess he figures that it worked on me, it will work on you, so.
There it is again, a short left uppercut. So Valdez, he must have noticed something. And there is a little abrasion on the nose of Jose Castro, right on the bridge of the nose. You see a little redness there. Valdez with the right, Valdez in white, Castro in black. And Valdez's shot starting to land now.
I'm just surprised that Castro hasn't worked to the body of Valdez. He's got that thin body. I would have been all over it. Well, I would have attempted to. Oh, there's a lot of blood coming out from the nose of Valdez.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming down bad.
So Valdez in white. The blood coming down, and he's trying to cover it up right now. As round 5 action continues, and it's all over his trunks. And so this is a serious cut they're going to have to look at. For him, it's good because it's below his eyes. Obviously, the blood not going to run in and obscure his vision.
But this isn't the problem, though. He could swallow that blood, and it would be very, very dangerous for him.
Okay. Yeah, both fighters appearing to get it in the bridge of the nose. First it was Jose Castro, and Castro really working on that cut now. Valdez is right on the bridge of the nose. And Valdez coming back just a bit.
Getting awful. Oof. I bet the doctors will be up there shortly.
And Castro working hard now. Inside. Oh, solid right by Jose Castro. And that's the end of round 5. We'll follow Tommy Valdez back, and there's going to be some serious work in the corner of Tommy Valdez.
There's a timeout called.
The doctor is going to have to take a look. Bernard Schwartz coming over. Let's listen.
Can he breathe all right?
He can't breathe, I don't think. That's his problem. He can't breathe.
Can he breathe? If he can't breathe, stop.
Interestingly, the referee is saying he can't breathe. That's Lou Moret.
No play there, no play there. No,
I think they're going to stop it.
Stop it.
That's it. It's over.
It is over. So Lou Moret and the doctor Bernard Schwartz agree that that is the end of the fight for Tommy Valdez, and a big win for Jose Castro. A very tentative fight to start things off, and then it heated up, but a deep cut on the nose of Tommy Valdez, and the fight was stopped. We'll be back for the official decision. Coming back to the Great Western Forum. More boxing after this decision. However, let's go up to Jimmy Lennon.
Ladies and gentlemen, on advice of the ringside physician Dr. Bernhard Schwartz, the referee in charge, Lou Moret, stops the contest at the end of round number 5 due to a cut on the nose. Therefore, the winner by way of technical knockout, Jose Panterita Castro.
So Jose Castro, who actually saw Valdez fight against Rafael Ruelas, and he knew he could beat him. He told me that. He was very confident, training for a month and a half. And Jose Castro moves on, a good-looking prospect out of Monterrey, Mexico. Okay, we got more boxing coming up for you. Fight night at the Forum continues. Our one bout just ending, and good news for Jose Castro. He's a winner, going to 14-2-1. And now the culmination of our Miss Ringsider contest. So, of course, let's go up to Jimmy Lennon.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the results of our Miss Ringsider contest.
Espino, yes, the other Espino, his brother, after this. Okay. Another couple of little guys coming up, super lightweights for the introduction of the fighters. Let's go to Jimmy.
All right, fans, here we go. Our our next fight coming your way is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing. We feature super lightweights in the ring, and presenting the referee in charge of this bout, it is Vince Delgado. All right, fans, here we go. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He is wearing white trunks with red trim and fighting out of Palm Desert, California. His weight is an even 140 pounds. His record, 5 wins, 3 losses, with 2 wins by way of knockout. Introducing Mr. Tony West. And his opponent across the ring. On my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 6-round bout, he is wearing white trunks, red multicolor trim trunks. Fighting out of Vernon, California, his weight 138 1/2 pounds. His record is even up with 4 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, with 3 wins by way of knockout. Introducing Misael Mr. Fino Espino. Here's the referee, Vince Delgado.
Fino. Oops. I read the instructions in the dressing room. Let's have a nice, clean fight. Shake hands.
Okay, the tail of the tape of these 2 super lightweights, Misael Espino and Tony West. Same size, a little heavier as Tony West, a little older as West, and he has the reach advantage. Misael Espino, the older and bigger brother of the El Torito, the little bull Espino, who we just saw, Cecilio. And here we go. Interestingly, he is wearing the same pattern of trunks. I won't say they were the same ones given to him by his brother just moments ago.
Well, they very could well be, because
well, if mom makes the trunks, she's got to make them for both sons, right? You can't show favoritism.
Plus, I don't think those other trunks that Cecilio had, I think they have about 7 rounds in them left. So
this is the first round of a scheduled 6-rounder. Both fighters with very modest records. If you're looking to see the same Espino, you will not. Misael is 4-4-1, 3 knockouts, 22 years old. He's in red. And the man they call, good overhand right by Tony West. He was introduced as Mr. West, got in a solid left. So West showing some good punching power early.
You know, very seldom do you see 2 brothers make it in the ranks in the fight business. And I think this is one situation where the little one is a lot more devastating. I had a little brother that had more talent in his little finger than I had in my whole body, but he just didn't want the fight business. He got me ready for 2 world title fights and just didn't want to do it.
He didn't have your desire, perhaps?
Well, he was a little less dedicated than I was.
Less dedicated than you?
Just a little bit less, yes. And I wasn't very dedicated. But he had all the talent in the world.
Interestingly, Tony West is a kid that lives in Provo, Utah. He's one of the few Mormon boxers around. And on the same note of interesting trivia, he was knocked out in the 2nd round by Jose Castro recently. Well, that was last December 6th right here at the Great Western Forum.
That means if after this fight we invited Mr. West upstairs to have a cold Budweiser, I guess he'd turn us down, right? Being from Provo, Utah.
Round 1. West and Espino. The younger brother has already won. Cecilio. Cecilio with a 3rd round knockout of Jose Montiel, after knocking him down twice in the 2nd round. And big brother punching away here. Oh, he took one there right on the chin. Pretty good action here in round 1.
Hey, well, Cecilio's in his corner. They may have a tag team here. Come over here, little brother. Take care of this guy. good shots.
Let's see if we can pick up some of the dialogue in the corner.
They want him to work slow, work inside. They want him to breathe deep. They want him to work inside. They want him to go to the body of this guy. He says throw some combinations, connect and get out.
A couple of good shots right here by Espino. And then West comes back with a left haymaker. I believe this is action at the end of round. There it is. Right on the button. So Tony West, he was 35-9 in the amateurs. He's a Golden Glove champ in Utah. As we make our way into round 2, super lightweights. Chris Marlowe, Ruben Castillo with you from the Great Western Forum. Another night of boxing on Prime Network. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you may be around the country. Especially if you're comparing the two brothers, obviously Misael much bigger. He does not have the quickness, it appears, of his younger brother. Quickness at foot speed, hand speed.
I see a little roll on the waistline of Espino, and I'm thinking maybe he could go down a weight division or so.
Well, he's been inactive. He hasn't been able to get fights down in Tijuana. That's why he's up here. Espino fighting well off the ropes, although West, oh, good shot, body shot, solid left inside by West. I'm going to say he was fighting well off the ropes, but a number of those punches blocked effectively by West. George Foreman forearm defense.
Right. I was listening to the corner also. They were saying they're asking if he was tired. Espino, if he was fatigued, and I just couldn't believe that. This is after the first round. So maybe he's not in the best shape of his life.
You know, you have to wonder about him fighting a later fight with his brother. I'm sure he's emotionally involved. Maybe he worked up a little anxiety and took a little out of him watching his brother. That was a pretty good fight.
Yes, and that's a very good point, because I've been in that situation, and you don't want to see your brother get
solid left by West. Yeah, you're rooting for whoever you're rooting for, and that takes something out of you.
Right. But after you get in that square circle, you don't think of anything except going toe-to-toe with your opponent.
It appears that West trying to load up on that left and come over the right of Misael Espino. He's gotten it in a couple of times. There it is. He's trying for it again. We'll wait and see if that punch proves effective near the end of this particular fight. And now Espino switching to lefty.
Oh, yeah, low there.
And back to righty. What's the advantage of switching to southpaw?
Well, if you're a lefty, then you want to go back to both sides. That could try to confuse your opponent, but you could get caught in the meantime in the switching, so that's dangerous.
All right, round 2 coming to close. We'll come back round 3 action after this. Tony West and Misael Espino battling it out. Round 3, super lightweight, scheduled for 6. West in white and Espino in red. Red multicolor, as Jimmy Lennon so aptly described him. West very happy to be in the 3rd round because all of his losses have come early round knockouts.
Well, I think if you're going to get knocked out, I'd rather have it sooner
than later.
Pay me now or pay me later. Oh, good left hook.
Espino not afraid to get in there and mix it up, that's for sure. No lack of action in this one.
Yeah, it's no use in prolonging the agony. If you're going to take me out now.
And both fighters are content to work downstairs right to the ribs. We're going to work on the body is it best to get in those shots early, or can you change strategy throughout the fight?
Yeah, that too. But you want to go early, try to take some gas out of it, and then in the middle of the rounds and towards the end of the fight is when you really want to go.
I think most young fighters ignore the body work.
A lot of them do. A lot of them have been taught to go right to the head. And a lot of them are taught to go for a knockout, you know. That's not good. The knockout will come.
Just following up on that point, Ruben, you say going for the knockout. Financial reasons, you knock a lot of people out, you're going to get paid more?
Oh, no, not at all.
No?
Not at all, but
certainly helps.
It helps a lot. Yeah, it helps. You get more marketable, and it helps. Of course, you get paid a lot, right? If you get knocked out, you get paid. If you knock the guy out, you get paid quicker. 9 o'clock as opposed to 10:30.
James West, make that Tony West and Misael Espino. Both fighters giving and taking. If there was a question on West, it was whether he can take. Because of those knockouts he suffered. Back on March 26th, he lost to undefeated Jaime Castillo. No disgrace there. Jaime Castillo, an excellent fighter.
I think both fighters have given each other their best shots, and
of course his brother now undefeated 19-0, offering his advice right below.
Yes. Says, tell me when you want me to come in here.
Or do it like I did it.
Yes. Espino not only looking at his brother first, he says you got to win this next round. If you lose another round, you're going to lose a fight. You got to work with a lot of hand speed.
Okay, for those interested, Ruben, the scoring coming up.
29-28 in favor of Mr. West.
Okay, so close fight, round 4, super lightweights. Chris Marlowe along with Ruben Castillo. As Tony West in white, Misael Espino in red. Ooh. There's the left. And that left is starting to get in on Espino. He is just trying to load it up. But Espino courageously fighting back.
There's no lack of courage here, I can guarantee that. That's what you call going toe to toe.
West alternately working the body and then coming overhand with the left.
Well, they're starting to go into slow motion here, Chris. Punches are going off a lot slower than they were in the second round. Oh, great uppercut, huh, Chris? Right on the button by Espino.
Well, you would think Espino would not want to be on the ropes, but that seems to be the place that he is going to stay for the moment and try to counterpunch off the ropes. Can't imagine, unless you're rope-a-doping, why you would want to stay there and take as much as he has. Those body shots are paying some dividends. That last one really looked like it hurt Espino.
Oh, another uppercut by Espino. And a lot of times fighters get on the ropes and try to get their opponent to punch themselves out. That could be a strategy.
And the uppercut's certainly effective when your back is to the ropes, is it not?
Absolutely. Catch the guy coming in. You got to have a nice little timing shot. Bobby Chacon was a heck of a fighter off the ropes. Loved to fight off the ropes.
Espino's punches don't appear to have a lot on them. He's fighting from a very wide stance.
It's no good, Chris. That's no good. That wide stance is absolutely no good.
Don't get the leverage?
Don't get the leverage, and one shot could get you off balance and knock you and put you on your Social Security card.
4 unanswered punches by Tony West. these super lightweights working each other over. Okay, we'll take a break. We're coming back to the Great Western Forum. More boxing coming at you. And Tony West in white. It appears that West has been doing much better in the last couple of rounds. Getting in the harder punches. Espino is landing, but they don't have his punches the same effect, it doesn't appear.
Well, no, his West has a mark. He's got pinpointing his shots a little better than Espino. But Espino's got a lot of courage.
Hanging right in. Yes, he is. Espino only been boxing for a few years, turned pro in 1988. West looking for the one big punch.
I don't think West is. I think Espino's looking to set him down to get back in this fight.
And once again, the scenario, Espino back to the ropes and West boring in. Perhaps Espino trying to set him up and get in that uppercut as he comes in. Been his most effective punches.
I'd like to welcome two guys, friends of mine out there, brother-in-laws, as a matter of fact, from out there in Covina, Mike and Charlie Vega. They've got a couple of cold ones, I can guarantee that, watching this fight. Good fights, huh, Chris?
Yes, very nice. Round 5, scheduled for 6. And you think Espino needs to pick up the pace just a bit. Chanting Espino, Espino.
Oh!
Nice shot.
Oh, my!
Talk about the susceptibility of Tony West. Does he have the chin? Now we'll see what happens. All of his losses have ended by knockout. Twice in the first round and once in the second round. He only has 3 losses, and now Espino with 9 seconds remaining in round 5. And West is crossing down again. Not much time to fill. Let's see. The referee is Vince Delgado. And West will most likely survive this round. Let's see.
That's exactly what Espino needed.
Got to stay away now if you're West. And there will be a round 6. And coming up with that one big punch he was looking for really has turned the tables around.
That's absolutely right.
You okay?
This is
What about that round with 2 knockdowns? You're still winning this fight.
Wake up,
Come on.
wake up. You're winning this round, Tony. You gave him that round. That's all. That's all that's going to happen. You gave him that round. Okay?
Let's go back to the first knockdown in this fight. And Espino back to the ropes. Left uppercut and a right following. His corner told him, you're still winning the fight. We shall see. It promises to be an action-packed round 6 as Espino tries to come back. Espino in red and West in white. Final round. Super lightweights.
That put Espino right back in this ball game.
Now Espino looking a little tentative here.
He's got to go out and try to. He's got to go out and try to take this fight right to this.
I agree.
To West, because you don't know if he's recovered from those shots or not.
I don't think he has.
If you're Espino, you're hoping he hasn't.
And the crowd cheering him on here. Pro Espino.
Hey, West is coming back himself.
Big and change now as West holds on. That one punch has turned it around. Another big right by Espino. Espino certainly needs another big round here.
If Espino knocks him down, he's got this fight.
You think he needs the knockout? Absolutely.
I've got it dead even, 47-47. Whoever wins this round on my card is going to win the fight.
Espino trying to land one more shot, but he's weary.
They're both glad to be tired.
They certainly are.
Unreal.
Sixth and final round.
Oh, Espino wants to land. He's being clearly the aggressor in this round. But he's missing a lot of shots.
He's exhausted. 40 seconds to make or break. Either Espino or West. Good shot there by West as he now apparently has heard under 30 seconds remaining in this fight.
So no cliche in boxing. You got to make an impression on the judges. Come on, the last 10 seconds.
Good left got in by West. And they will slug it out right to the bell.
Oh, what a fight.
And the crowd, a standing ovation here at the Great Western Forum. Cecilio Espino, who already won on tonight's card. And it promises to be a very, very close decision. And we'll be back for it. More boxing coming up. Stay with us. Find out who won that one. With California at the Great Western Forum, a very, very good super lightweight bout. 6 rounds of action for the decision. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we have a majority decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Dick Young, scores about 56, even a draw. Overruled by judges Lou Moret and Chuck Hassett. They both scored about 57-55 in favor of the winner, Misael Espino.
So the Espino brothers, double winners tonight, and Misael, a courageous performance. He was down early, but he came